Good morning. So you don't feel good about your blessings, or something is going on. You're still sleepy from that meditation because the vibration is low when you count the blessings. So I want everybody to stand, turn to a person behind you that you don't know, and welcome them to our church. Okay, so thank you so much. You may be seated now. So hopefully your vibration is a little higher, that someone has welcomed you to our church, and let you know that we love you and welcome you here. So each Sunday we have our sermons, and Spirit guides me with what to say and what to do. So I was thinking about it, and Spirit had guided me for another sermon, but then Spirit guided me to a new sermon this morning to talk about. So I have talked about the table, and I've talked about the parts, the legs of the table, and I think I finished with 8 legs, and there are really more legs to that table than that. But you are the top of the table. You are the top of the table. Your vibration, your energy, this you is the top of the table. And then under there is a wisdom, their grounding, their 6 other phenomenal words that is great for you to hold on to. But this morning, Spirit said, you should talk to them about God in heaven. And they said to me, because there's going to be a lot of people there who don't really understand what you teach. And so they were right, I think, because we have new people, I see new faces. So God in heaven is a part of our program. Hell is a part of our program as well. God is a problem, but most of us come from Catholic, Christian churches. So we see God as a man up there waiting for us to make that transition from this land to that land, if we do right. And then we see hell down there as a burning fire if we do wrong. And so we're constant in battle of wrong and right. And was this wrong or right? Oh my God, I'm going to hell. I did this. I'm going to heaven. Maybe I'm trying to get to heaven. So we're in constant battle of those terms. But we are spiritualists, and that's the part of the table you need to understand, that this energy, this vibration, this you, God is inside of this you. God is inside. I want everybody to put their hand right here on their heart. God is there. And then put your hand down here in your solar plexus. God is there. God is everywhere in you. You are what? God. You are God. And so, therefore, in knowing that, you operate in that context, that you are God, so that God inside of you controls, what you do out here on this earth. If you say that, but it also depends on what you think about that God inside of you. Do you believe that God inside of you? Do you believe that God is there? But that God also says that at any time you can change, and if you are doing something negative, you can change to positive, and that God vibration will be there with you. Now, what does that God vibration say? God, the vibration said, you have your heaven and hell right here on this earth plane. Now, how many of you been to hell already on this earth plane? I know you have. And so some of you have been to heaven. Very few of us been to heaven, though. But we have been to heaven. So you have your heaven and hell right here on this earth plane. And so you determine your hell and heaven right here on this earth plane. You say, when you're on your way to hell, you say, I got to regroup. I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to heaven. I'm not going to let this take me to heaven. Hell. I'm going to regroup so I can go to heaven. So that means your consciousness on this earth plane. Where are you consciously here? Do you feel you in heaven? Do you feel you in hell? Your consciousness carries your whole body and everything about you to that land of understanding. So we here, as we as spiritualists believe that there is no man up there, there is no woman up there, that there is no animal up there, that everything is here with you. God lives with you. God is inside of you. God lives within you. You are God. Now, when I say that, some of us fear and shrivel like, that's damnation saying I'm God. You are God. God lives within you. So you have to determine, your action determine your world. Your thoughts, your actions, your thoughts determine your actions. So all of that is together. And when we talked about that table, it talked about all those things, how all those things are together, and all those things have you to evolve to where you want to be. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be in heaven? Do you want to be in hell? You decide that. Now somebody said, oh, my life is just a hell. And you have to ask, how did it get there? Are are you trying to get out of that hell? All of us go to hell sometimes because we can't control it sometimes. We're on our way there and we just we roll and let ourselves roll on into hell. So, but you know what? We can roll back out of hell too. We can roll back as we change our consciousness and say, I'm not going to allow myself to wallow in this. I'm not going to allow this to take over my mind, body, and spirit. I'm not going to allow this to be me. I'm going to be someone else, someone that is more in line with the thoughts of this God inside of me, this God which is perfect inside of me. Did you hear what I said? This God which is perfect inside of me. Now we know that we have that part, that imperfect side of us that we allow to come in. And that's the negative side. Now, the negative things happen to us. You know, when you think negative, you think like, this is not going to be happy for me. I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to, life isn't happy for me. I'm never going to be happy. I'm just going to die unhappy. Some of us say that, but that's because our consciousness is there. That is not because that is what is deemed for us. It is because our consciousness say that we are there. You determine your life journey. You determine where you are. If you are sitting here today and you are on the edge of negativity, and the negativity is flowing in your vibration, and your consciousness is clouded, and you're angry, or you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling negative, then you decide how you want to stay. Do you want to stay in that area, or you want to come out? If you want to come out, you have to say, I am not going to be here. I'm not going to let this determine my day or my world. I'm going to move out of this vibration right now at this point, and I'm going to be at another point of my life where there is nothing but pleasure and joy. Now, some of us think that joy is not a part of our life. That's part of our table that we have, the leg of our table. And some of us think that the joy is not for me. I'm just going to die, and go, maybe I'll be all right on the other side, but this life here is all, ever since I've been here, it's just been hell. I've gone through divorce, it's been hell. I've scuffled with that divorce, I scuffled with that man or woman, I scuffled trying to find somebody, I scuffled with all these things. I scuffled to pay these bills, I scuffled to get this house, I scuffled with my children, I just scuffled. This life has been a terminal illness for me. Oh my God, what am I to do? What am I to do? You determine your life. This life does not have to be a terminal illness for you. It does not have to be. You determine if you want to allow it to be a terminal illness. You determine that. You decide that this is the direction you want to go in or not. It does not have to be that. Wake up and take control of your lives. Wake up and take control of your lives. You probably heard that each Sunday I used to talk about my legs all the time. Oh, my legs burning, my legs hurt, blah, 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 my legs. And you want to know, what is going on with her legs now? She's not hollering all the time. My legs are still burning, I tell you that. But I have started to try to do something about it. I have taken control of my life. I have not let the doctors control it. I have taken control. They said that you could only go to Mayo or someplace that we send you. I decided that this is not going to be their control. I'm going to take control of my life. And some of you might say, oh, Marrice, it's kind of hot. You got on those black heavy stockings. But that's because my legs are burning, I tell you. I do have pretty legs. But I will tell you. But you know what? I have to wear these stockings now. But I want you to know that I have taken control of my own vibration, and I'm not complaining all the time. They're still burning. It takes a long time for them to stop once they start burning, from the light. But you know what? I have said I'm going to stop complaining. I'm going to stop, putting that energy out into the ocean. I hear Spirit say into the ocean, and I have to say what they say. I stop putting that energy out into the ocean. I'm going to own who I am and the God inside of me. I'm going to own it. I am going to own it. I'm going to take ownership of who I am and the God inside of me. I'm not going to let anyone and anything rule where I am. Don't let a doctor rule who you are and what you say and what your destiny should be. Don't let your friends or your family members rule who you are and what your destiny should be. Sometimes it's better not to even talk to your friends about what's going on in your life or your family members because they're negative, because they don't understand that the God inside of you rules and helps you rule your life because you are God and that God inside of you do that. They don't understand that. And so what they tell you sometimes are not what you should be doing. So I tell you, get on your journey. Be not afraid. Be not afraid of the journey that you're on. Be not afraid of tomorrow. Be not afraid of the next day. But own up to who you are and own up to your journey. This God inside of you. This God inside of you. Pray to the God inside of you. You're thankful for the God inside of you who hosts your life and help you host your life and drive you and take you to the journey where you're supposed to be. Ask the God inside of you to prevail itself, to show you, and not for you to look outside of you. You don't hold on to the negative of mankind and humankind. Don't hold on to that negative. If someone comes to you with negativity, push it out. Push it out. Don't take it in. Because once you take negativity in, it becomes a part of you. And it's hard to get it out. It's hard to get it out of your head when someone puts some negative there. It's hard for you to say that that's not right. So I tell you today to take charge of your lives. Each one of you here are wonderful beings. Negativity does not belong in your vibration. But I tell you, negativity sure will not. And when it knocks, sometimes it knocks hard. It wants to really come in. And it knocks so hard, it says, I own you. You must open the door. And sometimes you can't help for opening the door. But I tell you, if you open the door, you can also close the door to negativity. And you can say, you don't belong here. You're not a part of me. I am the gift of my life. I am the gift. I am the gift. And I am God. I am God. So as I close out this morning, I say to you, peace be unto you. Life should be full of joy and pleasure and laughter. There should not be a host of negative energy around. You should know who you are. You should be welcoming to who you are and not wanting to be someone else. And know that money does not define you, but you define yourself. Bless you.